Hi, today we're talking tourism on TNT, some updates on the TDAC that comes into effect from May the 1st, the Thailand Digital Arrival Card, and a few questions that you have had since our last video on the matter, and a little bit of clarification, and just basically reminding people that they will have to fill that out if they're coming to Thailand after May the 1st. Also, some sentiment that may be positively or negatively affecting tourist arrivals in Thailand, and of course we also want to hear your thoughts. I'll also be doing a blatant advertisement for my beach houses here on Thai Muang Beach, all coming up. And of course, thanking 5-Star Marine at 5starmarinephuket.com for a bespoke private tour out onto Phang Bay. Now let's go to the immigration situation first, then the TDAC. And we'll work from the Immigration TDAC website. There it is. There's also a link in the description of today's video. And we're going to be covering the health declaration and yellow fever. A lot of people petrified that they're either going to get yellow fever or they've got to have a vaccination. Also, departure date is not compulsory. We'll just clarify that. But we'll start with this miswording in some of the websites, whether you have to submit your TDAC in advance or within 3 days. Let's go to the immigration website, and once you go to the tdac.immigration.go.th, you'll come up with this page. Down the bottom there's a user's guide, so that's definitely worth reading before you do your first TDAC. Then you can go straight to your arrival card, or you can go and update your arrival card if you've already submitted it, but you've got some updated flight or accommodation changes. So if you click on the user's guide, you've got the opportunity to watch a video, but there's plenty you can read also. Let's start with about the TDAC, reminding you that it's for all foreigners entering Thailand by air, land or sea, and it's used to submit entry information and a health declaration. Now, compared with the old TM6 form, the health declaration, well, it is new. Who needs to submit it? All foreigners. There are two exceptions, though: foreigners transiting or transferring in Thailand without going through immigration, and foreigners entering Thailand using a border pass. I suspected at the time I'd get a lot of questions about this, but I think that's quite clear. All foreigners. Doesn't matter whether you've got a current visa, doesn't matter if you're returning from a long stay away, doesn't matter if you just popped out of the country for 24 hours. This has to be done by all foreigners each time you enter Thailand, as far as I understand. And when to submit. Now, this is where the wording on various websites' information pages has been a bit ambiguous. Let's dig into that. Foreigners should submit their arrival card information 3 days in advance of arriving in Thailand, including the date of arrival. Now, I'm sure the wording should be within 3 days, otherwise it doesn't sort of make any sense. Let's go to the Tourism Authority of Thailand and what they say. And the heading: Thailand Digital Arrival Card System set to launch on the 1st of May 2025. Travellers may submit the TDAC up to 3 days before their scheduled arrival date. And thank heavens they've got an example. For example, if arriving on the 5th of May, submission can begin on the 2nd of May. The system will open for submission starting 28th of April to accommodate those arriving on the launch date. And again, that's got a link to the immigration site. As I said, there's a link in the description of this video. And for those people without a phone or whatever, there's this from the TAT website: if you cannot submit in advance, and travellers who are unable to complete the TDAC before arrival and do not have internet access at the point of entry will be assisted at designated help points located at immigration checkpoints. This assistance is intended for exceptional circumstances only. All travellers are strongly encouraged to complete the TDAC online in advance to avoid delays and reduce congestion at entry points. So you get the idea that you would be able to submit your TDAC when you arrive in Thailand. But if you're rushing for the immigration queue, probably better to have done it in those 3 days before you arrive. And there's also obviously somewhere that people can go if they are unable for whatever reason to submit a TDAC. Also a private website which has done a screenshot of each of those pages. Let's have a quick look at that. And this tdac.inth, and they've got a screenshot for each of the pages, personal information, and so you're going to have to put your family name, first name, passport number, nationality, and then your personal information, which would include your date of birth, your occupation, gender, country of residence, and a phone number. This one a lot of people have been asking about. You do need to submit your arrival information, but it looks like as far as your departure information, that is not compulsory. There's no red asterisk against your departure information. But further down, you do have to fill out your accommodation information. If you're not a transit passenger, you're going to have to say where you are staying, at least for your first night or so in Thailand. So if you don't know where you're staying on the first night in Thailand, just fill out the address of the last hotel you stayed in Thailand. Don't tell anybody I said that. Now to the health declaration. And it looks more scary than it actually is. Please list the names of the countries where you stayed within the 2 weeks before arrival. Now, unless you've been to a small set of African countries in the 2 weeks before arrival, this is not going to affect you. But you will be asked, do you have yellow fever vaccination certificate? Your answer is probably going to be no. And then if you do, you can put the date of vaccination. You're also going to be asked to please select the following symptoms listed that you've had in the past 2 weeks. Select more than one if you have been afflicted by any of these. So, yes, they are requiring more information with this digital version, this digital revision of the old TM6 card. But if you are arriving on or after May the 1st this year, that's less than a month away, you are going to be required to fill this out if you're a foreigner. And if you're heading down to the southern part of Thailand, there are some beach houses just north of Phuket, about a 35-minute drive from the Phuket International Airport. There's now 6. We've got Turtle Beach House 1, Turtle Beach House 2, we've got the Bamboo Pool House, one of the originals Coral Cottage that'll house up to 5 people, and the other large house, the Bonneville Beach House at Phang, that'll also house 5 guests. And we've got the brand new Boho Beach House, which is opening up this weekend, and all brand new, just fitted out. And that's also got 2 bedrooms, will fit up to 4 adults, and as you can see, looks directly onto the beach. And you can go to beachhousethailand.com if you'd like to check out availability and prices. There's a link in the description of this video as well. Now let's keep on talking tourism. And there are a few things that will have a positive or a negative effect to the immediate future of Thai tourism. One of the good things that's happening, for example, is the Thai baht is dropping against some currencies, particularly the US dollar. And we go to xe.com and we go back to the middle of March, and it was 33.5 baht to the US dollar. And now, as we go to today, it's 34.78 Thai baht to the US dollar, and we can see the trajectory at the moment. Well, it's certainly on the way up regarding the US dollar against the Thai baht. So good news, at least for now, for travellers from the US and plenty of other countries at the moment, getting more bang for your buck when you arrive in Thailand. Now, speaking of the US, let's just go to the elephant in the room, see if that's going to affect Thai tourism. We go to the Bangkok Post, the headline, Tariffs to hit tourism sentiment. And the story says the ongoing stock market slump fueled by US tariffs could impact domestic tourism sentiment for the rest of the year, including next week's Songkran holiday. More about that in a moment, with fewer last-minute hotel bookings and tour groups. And the president of the Thai Tourism Promotion Association said many domestic tour agencies received fewer bookings from local tour groups than expected for Songkran. He said middle to lower income groups are cutting back on domestic trip plans, while the high spending segment has opted for overseas excursions during the holiday. Well, most of the Songkran traffic is pretty much domestic, although increasingly people coming from overseas to join in the celebrations. By the way, only 4 days away until those water pistols come out, and the other one that might affect tourism. Addressed in this article, in the aftermath of earthquakes that hit Bangkok and Myanmar, the overall tourism confidence was also weakened. Although I figure most of the travel plans for Songkran were made before those earthquakes a few weeks ago, but not really sure. We don't have any evidence of how many people may have cancelled their travels to Thailand because of the earthquake. And finally, some good news of people who want to come to Thailand from North America. United Airlines adding daily flights to Thailand. And it says United Airlines is expanding its international routes, adding daily flights to Vietnam and Thailand from LA and San Francisco. And this starts on October the 26th. So, in time for the next high season. They're also adding a second daily flight to Manila, Philippines, and a new route to Adelaide in Australia. This expansion aims to offer unique destinations, boost their loyalty program. Basically a free ad for United Airlines, but anyway, some good news with some more flights available from people from North America. And with that, thank you very much for dropping in. Please subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you know a little bit more about tourism specifically, and that TDAC starts on the 1st of May. There's no real way of getting around it if you want to come to Thailand. Some people thinking that, well, that's going to stop tourists coming to Thailand. We'll just have to wait and see. Interested in your comments on the matter. Otherwise, thanks for dropping in. We'll see you next time.